Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 5 of the September daily draws. So as we close out the week and approach the weekend, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Mystic Palette Tarot, Muted Edition, followed by an Oracle card from the Scenes of the Witch Mabon Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. So we have the High Priestess. So we're going inwards, we're looking inwards again, listening to that inner voice. That's where we're going to find some answers with that inner voice. I think we have kind of touched upon this subject with the other draws as well, particularly when we had the Two of Swords, and maybe a little bit yesterday with the Two of Wands. But this is very much an inner journey, an inner knowing. It's intuition. It's that we know that we know that we know. We don't know how we know, but we do know. It's that inner connection, that spiritual connection, that knowledge that comes through that connection. So, trust your intuition, trust your instinct, develop the connection that you have with your inner self through spiritual practices like meditation and other such things. And the more that we do that, and the more that we trust and act upon our intuitive voice and let it inform us of things, and then we see it play out, the more we have confidence in it and begin to trust it. Is it infallible? No, I don't think so. In the sense that we can't perfectly connect with it in this existence. So there is an element that there is a margin of error in there, that if we misunderstand, we will connect and we'll pick up something, but we may not get it as clearly as we would have hoped. We may not, maybe we get something and then we interpret it wrong. We misunderstand what it's telling us. So the information may be correct, but the way we perceive it and interpret it may actually be incorrect, or not necessarily totally incorrect, but there may be an element that we miss because of our, sort of like our inner hearing, as it were, where you can hear something, but you don't hear it quite right. You've heard something. And that's why always practicing and refining and establishing that inner connection is important. Because the more that we do that, the more we limit that margin of error. That's my belief. Am I there yet? No. And that's why I believe, like a lot of people, that we don't always get it right. But that doesn't mean that we should stop trying to listen and to, try and develop that and become more confident in that connection. There's usually a book. I can't see a book here unless I'm missing it, which again, it's as possible. You can look at something, it may be there, but if you don't see it, it doesn't stand out like in some cards. There's usually a book, isn't there, that represent knowledge. But to me, the High Priestess connects any kind of physical written knowledge that we may know and have learnt, but the connection with the unseen realm, with the intuitive inner self, tells us how that, which part of that knowledge is relevant and how it is relevant and how to use it. To me, that's where the intuitive bit comes in. So it's all the tools that we have and how we bring them together. But what this card is saying to us is, don't forget that inner voice. Don't forget that intuitive voice. Don't forget that inner connection. It's important. And if you need to develop it further, then look up ways to do that. Meditation's an example. It's a very good one. There are other ways as well that I can't quite think of off the top of my head. My favorite one is meditation, but there are other ways. Maybe even forms of divination like tarot reading. Developing that skill can refine, sometimes you bring the intuition into it. That can help develop it. But meditation to me helps with that too. So that's the key. But the key message here is that we do listen to our inner voice, and that sometimes the obvious, if we're looking around for the answer, but the answer may lie within us, we just have to connect to it. And that's maybe what this High Priestess card is telling us today, is that the answer to any question or whatever it is that, or some question or situation that you're questioning, somehow the root of it, the answer to it, the response to it, the way to understand it lies within you, within us. For whichever situation that we're in, we have to go within. The answer may not be out there to be found, except it's found within us. And that's what the High Priestess is telling us. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Grieving. How does that relate to it? Grieving. Well, the fact that she's like skeletal, just looking at the image itself, we may get to the bare bones of it, literally the bare bones of it, by listening to that inner voice. The chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness, waiting to be seen. I'm not sure that the proper message for this card is applicable here. Maybe we're grieving over something, some loss or something that went wrong, something where we tried to do the right thing, to listen to ourselves, and it didn't go the way we wanted, and we're grieving over that. And that is there something that's stopping us from trusting our inner voice? Because we may have misheard it, or something happened when we listened to it and we regret what happened, and it's tainted our confidence in that connection. Work through that. Maybe what it's saying is work through that, and maybe your inner voice will tell you the answer to that situation, how to work through that process of the grief you have over what went wrong. And you will have that intuitive answer to it. But don't let it block the connection in the first place. That, I believe, is the message of the cards today. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 6. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye bye.